Welcome back to C1 Novel and Vocab Week 16. Thank you for joining me again this week. I'm so happy, and thank you for all of those who have been doing their secret missions and turning it in. Again, please remember to turn them in at the front desk. There is a pink tube or container that you can put your answers in. So let's get those dollars and let's get started. So, hi. My name is Miss Kimberly, and the goal of our session is to have students understand each word in our vocabulary workbook and to be cognizant of some phrases from the novel that may be difficult for us to understand. So I'll be here as your guide to help you through it. Today's agenda will be first going over week 16 vocabulary. Then we'll go over the example sentences that I've made for us. In the next video, you'll go over the difficult phrases from the novel, and after both videos, you will have to review and self-study. First, why are we going over this? We're going over week 16 vocabulary to help us with our vocabulary acquisition. By learning the definition, synonym, antonym, and part of speech of the word, this can greatly improve your reading comprehension and enhance your contextual usage, meaning you'll be able to know a lot of more words. Then, we'll go over extra example sentences, and this is to help with writing variation. By looking at a variety of example sentences with a specific vocabulary word, students can learn how to use the word in different sentence structures. Before we get started, I hear a bit of construction outside, so I apologize if you hear it and it's a bit distracting. I'll try to do the best I can. So let's get started. Please go get your vocabulary workbook and turn to week 16. This is on page 132. 132. And let's get started. The first word is constant. Everyone say constant. Good. And the synonym is continuous, meaning continuing on and on and on. The part of speech is an adjective, and it means happening all the time. So it was not going to stop, and it keeps going. From our TED Talks, it says, jazz is a constant part of my life. I listen to it all day long. Meaning, this person continually listens to jazz. It's a constant part. It happens here, it happens in the past, happens in the present, happens in the future. It's there all the time. And let's read the example together. Ready? The house is in need of constant repairs because it is so old. On the first floor of my apartment, there's a house and it's always under repair. There's constant repair. So there, as you can hear, the construction outside is probably that house too. But that's okay. Next one. Down here, it says her dog's constant barking kept everyone awake at night. You're like, I can't go to sleep because all you hear is and it's constant, continuous. The next one, it says, the constant rain made the roads very slippery, meaning it kept raining, and so the roads were so slippery, it was dangerous for the cars. Awesome. Number one is constant. Number two, the word is element. Everyone say element. The synonym is factor, and the part of speech is a noun, and it means a part of something. And in our TED Talks, it says, the elements of pop music include repetition and hooks, and then the sentence went on and on. So elements, the part of something. So this part of pop music, it has repetition, meaning repeating, and hooks and different types of parts of the song. Elements. Let's read the example together. Ready? 3, 2, 1. One of the most important elements of success is determination. So in order to succeed, one of the main parts or elements would say is determination. Very good. Make sure you're reading with me for the example sentences. Let's look at the example here. It says, after their loss, the team realized they needed to work on the element of teamwork, working together, and communication. talking to each other. Next one, it says, the recipe included an unusual element, chocolate. So say that we're making a salad, but then all of a sudden, one of the elements or recipe ingredients, they say, is to put chocolate. But usually when you're eating salad, we don't really put chocolate in it, right? So it's unusual here. Very good. Element. Next one, number 3, our word is express. Express. The synonym is display, and the antonym is to hide. It is a verb, and it means to show a feeling, opinion, or fact. So we're expressing our feelings. We're showing it. In the TED Talks, it says, all music expresses contrasting emotions. So different types of music show different types of emotions. It could be sad, happy, excited, or scared. There's all these different types of music out there. Example, let's read it together. Ready? We can always express our love to our parents by giving them a hug. So giving them a hug expresses our feelings. It shows our feelings that we love them. Let's look here. It says, he wrote a letter to express his gratitude. So maybe he wrote a letter saying, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you're my teacher. Thank you for all of your hard work. His letter is expressing, it's showing his thankfulness, gratitude. Next one, it says, she used gestures to express her thoughts during the speech competition. For a speech competition, for your speeches, you have to use gestures to express your thoughts. You're showing your thoughts. Maybe think and first and so on and so forth. Express. Number 4, our word is proportion. Proportion. The synonym is portion and the antonym is whole, the big thing. So proportion just means a part of something. The definition, it says a part or share of a whole. So it's only a little piece of it. And the part of speech is a noun. And our book says, the greatest proportion of time spent with music occurs while people are working. So a lot of people who listen to music, a large proportion, a large part of those people listen to music when they are working. That time is, so the proportion of the time spent on music is when they're working or studying. Example, let's read together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The cake's sweetness is in the proportion to how much sugar went into it. So it's saying if you put a lot of sugar into it, the sweetness will go up. If you put less sugar into it, the sweetness will go down. Proportion. Let's look here. Only a tiny proportion of land was used for farming. That means there's not that many crops in this area. But it's a pretend sentence, so it's okay. Next one, it says a large proportion of the cake was eaten by the kids. Meaning, maybe the cake is this big and more than half of it was eaten by the kids and just a small little portion was eaten by the adults. Proportion, a part of something that is a whole. Now let's look at our novel words on page 133. The first word is speed dial. Everyone say speed dial. It's a noun and it means a feature on a phone that makes it possible to call a number by pressing only one button. Someone's car alarm is going off. Please ignore that. Speed dial, so we press the number 2 and then all of a sudden someone's phone number comes up. So, that's a sentence from our book. Speed dial number 2. Let's look at the example and read it together. You ready? 3, 2, 1. If I press number 1 on my speed dial, it automatically calls my mom's number. So yes, if you have speed dial on your phone, you can go into your settings and change it up. In case you're of an emergency, you would just press one button and then it'll call that person, whoever's on your speed dial, instead of having to put in the number or looking through your contacts. Let's look here. The babysitter had our numbers on speed dial in case of emergencies. So yes, just in case if something were to happen with the babies, the babysitter would just press one button and goes, parents. Next one. I helped my grandmother program her speed dial because she didn't know how to. So like, oh, young grandchild, please help me. And then you go, here, grandma, this is how you put your numbers on speed dial. So if you need to call me, now press 3 as an example. Speed dial. Number 6, our word is chug. Everyone say chug. It's a verb and it means to make the sound of an engine or motor. I mean, chug, 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 chug. That's kind of why we say chug, because it's an onomatopoeia. In the book it says, and then I hear the rumble of the garage door and Mom's Saturn chugging into the garage. Saturn is the type of car name. So you can also say Mom's car chugging into the garage. So it's chug, 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 chug. The sound of it is very loud. The example sentence, let's read together. 3, 2, 1. The old car chugged slowly down the road until it ran out of gas and stopped. Oh my. That would be very dangerous if a car just stopped in the middle of the road because there's no gas. But here, usually an old car would make the sound of a chug. Now we have a lot of electric cars and hybrid cars where our cars are very quiet. So there isn't much chugging going on these days. Let's look here. It says the kids imitated the sound of the engine chugging. So meaning they copied it. They're like, chug, 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 chug. Next one, it says, as the engine chugged, we knew it was time to visit the mechanic. So we're like, uh-oh, the car engine, it's chugging again. We got to go to the mechanic and see if they need to fix something. Chug. Number 7, our word is linoleum. Everyone say linoleum. It is a noun, and the definition is a stiff but smooth material that is used for covering floors. So a lot of people in Korea, even my apartment, we have linoleum here. It's just a smooth layer that we put on top of the flooring so that it's a bit nice for us. In the book it says, Mom's heels thud on the linoleum, meaning they tuk, tuk, tuk. There's a sound whenever she steps on it. Example, ready? Read with me, please. 1, 2, 3. I prefer linoleum floors more than carpet because they're easier to clean. That's quite true. A lot of people in Korea don't have carpet floors, really. In America, they have carpet floors and not linoleum floors. I think it's just a matter of preference and what you like. Linoleum. Next one here, it says the school's linoleum floors were mopped and polished every week. So a person came in and cleaned it every week. And the second sentence is a bit similar to the one up top, but it says they replaced the old carpet with linoleum. So they got rid of the old carpet and now they have linoleum floors. Very nice. Number 8. The word is retire. Everyone say retire. It is a verb and it means to stop working because of old age or ill health. Later on, when you get older, around I think 65 or 70 or 55, or it doesn't really matter, then you will retire, meaning you'll stop working. Hopefully, one day I will also retire. But when I'm probably 70. In the book, it said he had retired 12 years earlier and then changed his mind. So he stopped working 12 years earlier and then he changed his mind and said, oh, I'm going to work again. Let's read the example. Ready? My grandparents had been retired for over 15 years. That's so nice. They're just relaxing then. For example, my aunt and uncle who live in America, they are retired and they take road trips all over America. They just love traveling now. That's what you can do. Next here, it says, when I get older, I plan to retire and travel the world, just like my aunt and uncle. But they're traveling more so America, but I think they're going to start traveling around the world too. Next, it says, We all threw a party for my grandpa when he decided to retire. It's kind of a big deal when someone decides to retire because they're like, okay, I'm done working, now I'm gonna rest. So we have a big party for them, saying, good job, congratulations. And number 9, everyone say registration. Registration. And the synonym is enrollment, and the part of speech is a noun, and it means the process of signing up or enrolling in something. So registration, you're signing up to do something. In the book, it says parents in the registration line. So there's a long line and people just waiting to register. Usually when there is registration for MI also when you were probably 7-year-olds trying to test into MI. So we also had a registration then when your parents had to sign you up. Let's read the example together. Make sure you finish your registration before the new semester starts. So usually this is when students in college and university, they sign up. They have to go through registration for which classes that they want to take. Here it says all the students rush to sign up for the summer intensive class registration. Who here is going to do summer intensive at MI? Hopefully, maybe. And the next one, he says, he forgot to complete his registration for the class trip. So he couldn't go. Oh no. So since he forgot to do the registration, since he did not sign up, he couldn't go. That's so sad. So I should always double check. Number 10, let's go to the next page on 134. Our word is prejudice. And if you remember, this word was also in week 15. It was number 1. So our synonym here is intolerance, and our antonym is tolerance. The part of speech is a noun, and the definition is an unreasonable dislike of a particular group of people or things. So not really liking them for whatever reason you have. Prejudice. We also had this week in 15, so I'm going to go over this very quickly. This part of the book, it says, so you won't have to worry about one judge having a prejudice against your style or selection. This is when they're saying that there are many judges, so you don't have to worry about having one judge just not like you for no reason. And let's read the example together. It says, don't have prejudice against people just because they look different than you. Yes, this is a very important sentence. We should not have prejudice against someone just because they look differently and not like them. Okay? We should all just learn to get to know each other and have no prejudice. Here, it says, teaching people about kindness helps reduce prejudice. Very good. Just as I said before, we should be kind, and therefore that will reduce prejudice in our world. The next one, it says, the speech was about ending prejudice and promoting equality. Very good. Let's go to the next one. Number 11, our word is ovation. Everyone say ovation. The synonym is applause, and the part of speech is a noun, and it means an enthusiastic show of appreciation from an audience, especially by means of clapping. Meaning ovation is like everybody standing up and just clapping. Well, that's called a standing ovation. A regular ovation would just be, woo, yeah, and then clapping. In the book it says, no, but he got a standing ovation, says Mona. Again, like I just said, standing ovation means everybody is standing and clapping at the end. Next, let's read the example together. Ready? 3, 2, 1. The speaker deserved the ovation because his speech was great. Good. Usually when we hear or listen to something that we really, really like, we'll stand up and clap for them and just say, congratulations, good job. Next, over here, it says the actor received a standing ovation for his outstanding performance. I mean, he did really well and everybody loved it. Next, it says she blushed with gratitude. She turned red, but she's so thankful as she received the ovation from her classmates. So later on, when you guys have speech competition or just regular speech presentations, Maybe they'll all clap for you and be like, oh, I'm so happy. Thank you for clapping for me. Ovation. Number 12. Everyone go like this. The word is snooty. The synonym is arrogant, and the antonym is humble. So here it is an adjective, and it means behaving in an unfriendly way because one thinks he or she is better than others. So like, I'm better. Meaning you're being snooty. In the book it says, a snooty looking lady lowers her glasses. So she has glasses on, right? She's being very snooty and she puts her glasses on. She's like, It's not a very pretty face. Snooty. Just unfriendly because they think that they're better than you. Not a nice thing. Let's read the example together. It was hard for the man to deal with the snooty customer over the phone. So you're on the phone, you're like, oh yes, sir, I'm really sorry. Yes, okay. And then the other person's like, you did this wrong and I'm better than you. And very scary. Here it says, the snooty waiter made us feel unwelcome in the fancy restaurant. Oh, that's so sad. So maybe you go to a restaurant and it's really fancy, but you're wearing like your pajamas. And then the waiter is like, why are you here eating at our fancy restaurant when you're only wearing pajamas? It's being very snooty, thinking that they're better. Not a nice thing. Next, it says, she refused to play with the snooty kids at recess. So she saw the snooty kids over there by the monkey bars and she says, I'm not going to play with them. Because they are snooty. 13, the word is comatose. Everyone say comatose. The synonym is unconscious, meaning you're not awake. And the antonym, as it says right there, means awake. It's an adjective and it means not able to wake up. Usually because of an illness or injury. So you're hurt, so maybe you got into a car accident and you're comatose, meaning you're at the hospital and you can't wake up. It's quite a sad word. In her book, it says, young and restless, more like the old and the comatose, one guy mutters. So young and restless is a type of, long time ago, TV show. Because remember, they're playing the theme song of it. But then they're saying old and comatose, meaning it wasn't a really good job. Next example, let's read it together. 3, 2, 1. The comatose man finally awoke after 20 years of being unconscious. Wow. That means this person was sleeping and not sleeping, but he wasn't able to wake up. His brain wasn't working for 20 years, and all of a sudden, he woke up. It's a miracle. Here it says, the patient remains comatose after the accident. So as I just said, after a car accident, he was comatose. The next one, it says, the comatose patient showed no signs of improvement. Meaning maybe like day 10 passed by and they're like, oh no signs of improvement, where he's still very hurt. Comatose. Number 14, the word is weave. I won't go like this with the hand. Weave. And it means zigzag. So side to side. It is a verb and it means to go by moving quickly and changing direction often. So you're on this side of the road and then on the other side and then on the other side again. You keep going back and forth. In the book it says, so I have to weave around people to get to the front of the room where the judges are. So they're, excuse me, I'm trying to get through, and just try to move around. Example, let's read together. 3, 2, 1. Motorcycles can weave through roads easily because they are smaller than cars. So you probably see outside on the road, you see all the motorcycle people just kind of going everywhere and going through the cars. Not through the cars, in and out of the lanes of the road. They are weaving. Here, it says she had to weave through the crowded hallway to get to her class. Kind of similar to the sentence above from our book, meaning there's just so many people, so you have to keep moving around. The next one. It says the dog would weave between our legs trying to catch the ball. So it's going through our legs trying to catch it. Zigzag. Weave. Now let's go to our textbook words. This is for the 10 Sons story, right? Our first word is emperor. Everyone say emperor. The synonym is a ruler, and the part of speech is a noun, and it means a man who rules an empire or is the head of state in an empire, meaning the ruler, the king, the man with the most power. And in the textbook it says, the people of China begged their emperor, Yao, to tell the sons not to do this ever again. I think this is when all the 10 sons walked the earth together. And it made it very, very hot. Example, let's read together. 3, 2, 1. The emperor sat on his throne as he waited for his guests to arrive. As you can see in the picture, there is an emperor there and he is sitting on his throne. Just a big, powerful man in charge of the whole empire, meaning the country, the land. Next, it says the empire's palace was the grandest building in the empire. Oh, I forgot a period there. Meaning it was the most fancy. It was the biggest. It was the greatest building in the empire. Next, it says the young prince dreamed of becoming emperor one day. So he dreamt of becoming the king of that land, emperor. Next one. The word is archer. Everyone say archer. It is a noun and it means a person who shoots with a bow and arrows. As you can see in the picture, there is an archer with his bow and arrow there. And in the book it says, finally, he decided to send his most brave and clever archer, Yi, to talk to the 10 sons. This is when the 10 sons were walking across. And then Yi had to go and do what? I won't give it away if you didn't read it yet. Example, let's read it together. 3, 2, 1. The king asked the skilled archer to hunt a deer for his dinner. So the king asked the man who shoots stuff with his bows and arrows to find deer for his dinner. That's so cute. The skilled archer could hit the target from a great distance, meaning he could do in the target, he could get bullseye from very, very far away. Next, training to be an archer required strength, skill, and patience. So I see a lot of archers on when we watch the Olympics. The Korean archers are very good, actually. Archer. Next, 17, our word is reflect. Everyone say reflect. It's a verb and it means to throw back heat, light, or sound. So it goes in here, and then reflects, and it goes ting. In the book it says the heat of the 10 sons reflected off Yi's shiny shield and bounced back toward them. So again here it means to throw back, or another word you can say bounce back. To ding, ding. An example, let's read together. You can see a rainbow from the light being reflected off the mirror. So as you can see in the picture, there's a rainbow being reflected and the light is being bounced back, so we see a little rainbow there. Here, it says the shiny metal panel was designed to reflect heat away from the building. So some people have like metal panels on their house and it makes the sun reflect, meaning bounce back out so that the heat would not come into the house and make it hot. Next, the water's surface was so still that it could reflect the mountains perfectly. So when we go to like a lake and then there's a mountain, you can see the reflection because it is being reflected. Good. Number 18. Our word is prosper. Everyone say prosper. The synonym is thrive and the antonym means fail. And it is a verb and it means to be successful, prosper, to be successful. In the book it says, the emperor and the people of China were thankful and earth began to prosper again. Here in this sentence, the earth, how can it be successful? It means here that the earth started to make crops and grow again. The next one, let's read together. The royal family prospered for generations and became even wealthier. So they're getting richer and richer and richer. They're prospering. They're becoming successful. Next one, let's look here. His creativity and hard work allowed him to prosper in his career, meaning all of his creativity and good imagination and ideas and his hard work allowed him to be successful and prosper. Next one, it says, she worked hard to make her business prosper. She worked all day, all night for her business to prosper and to become successful. Let's go to the next page, everybody. We are on page 136 now, and number 19. Our word is academic. Everyone say academic. The synonym is educational. The part of speech is an adjective, and it means of or relating to school or education. And let's read the example together. Or 3, 2, 1. She chose an academic career and started working as a teacher. Very good. Meaning related to school, related to education. So this person decided to be a teacher, just like. Let's look here. It says he focused on his academic studies to get into a good college. Meaning he was studying so hard for his English, math, science, tests, and everything so that he could get into a good college. The second sentence, it says, his academic performance improved with extra help from his teacher. So the teacher said, okay, I'll help you. It seems like you're struggling a little bit. Let me help you memorize these vocabulary words. So his academic performance, how he did well in school, got better. Good. We're on number 20 already? Number 20, our word is performance. Everyone say performance. It is a noun and it means the measurement of one's achievement, how well you're doing. Let's read the example together. The picture kind of looks scary. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Her work performance was very poor, so she was let go from the company. That means she got fired. Oh no. Meaning her performance at work wasn't good, so the company said bye-bye. So sad. That's why we need to have good performance in everything that we do. Here it says, the athlete's performance at the game was outstanding. He made a lot of goals. He did a lot of teamwork. I don't know. The athlete's performance, how well he did, was really good. Next, it says the teacher evaluated the student's performance on the test. Tests show how well a student's performance is. So are they following along? Do they understand? Is there something that they're still missing or need help with? It is a measurement of performance. Okay. We're already done. Oh my goodness. Yes. And here is my mission. What word in week 16 was repeated from week 15? All you have to do is on a little sheet of paper, write your name down, write your class down, and write down the answer. And please put it in the pink bucket at the front desk. Again, what was the word that was repeated from week 15 here for week 16? Super easy, just one word. Make sure you do the secret mission. Now it is time for you to review and self-study. And this is for contextual mastery. Review all the words again. Read it out loud. Complete the vocabulary homework pages. And for the next one, you'll have to reread the novel. And that is it for our vocabulary video. Thank you so much for joining me again today. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!